Hello, everybody. We are live today. It's Thursday again. Every Thursday we have. Uh, uh, oh gosh, I'm making a mistake today. Wonderful. I hope that today I'm greeting to our visionary entrepreneurs and change makers. Welcome back to Thursday. Every Thursday we have the inspiration and the implementation time live with Spring. Normally we are having this live show at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And today is an exception. I make it earlier to be at 12 p.m. Eastern time because today later on I need to attend my daughter's class party in her elementary school. So it's like their school year end party. It's a big party. My daughter really, desires me to attend. So I made her promise for her. So that's why today we're earlier, but I hope you are, joining me live and also get a chance to watch the replay. And today our content very interesting. 13 Facebook live lessons learned through my not so long Facebook live experience, but also so far I've already been doing over, I think over 40 Facebook live episodes. I hope you already got some chance to watch my previous ones and get some great inspirations. And today, this one is like really walking my talk and also talk my walk to share with you my personal experience, either from me personally and also from my audience or from the people I shared the interview experience. So are you ready? And by the way, today is only 13 so far. I believe it will be more mistakes I will be making. And at the beginning, right, I made a mistake because my mind was still not fully present here yet. I had my mom visiting me and she wants to do some thing in the kitchen. So I had to let her, so Mom, please, we have to exclude everybody from my live talk zone. I will talk about that later. It's one of the mistakes, right? So, and today I'm sharing the 13 mistakes I've already made and also lessons I learned. Hopefully it will be helpful to you. By the way, I want to hear some feedback from you. Have you already done some Facebook Live by yourself? Please comment. If you have done how many times, put it down. Do you have your same Facebook Live talk? Like this one, for example, every Thursday I have my consistent same talk. It's called the Inspiration and Implementation Time Live with Spring. And I'm wondering if you have your regular and consistent Facebook Live theme put there, and or if you have never started your Facebook Live yet and planning to, you may have some challenges, you feel like you're not, confident enough, or you're not sure if you will have enough great content to share. Feel free to comment. I want to know at what stage you are now and how much experience you are with Facebook Live already, and what kind of insights or any kind of even challenges you've already met. So feel free to comment to let me know what status you are now with Facebook Live, okay? Or you have either a great experience or maybe some lessons you also learned you want to share. Feel free to comment. Also, let's see if you share some common lessons learned with me, okay? So I want to, by sharing this, I want to help you to save your time in the future to avoid those mistakes and also save those embarrassment time. Like at the beginning, right? When my mind was not fully present, I made that mistake because my mind was still out of place, could not concentrate on what I want to talk. So definitely help save you some embarrassment time and also help you to show more confidence every time. And by the way, I got some feedback from my audience before to see what takeaway you got from my live video. They told me it's because they really admire my confidence. So I will share with you how I get all the confidence. It's because I've been making all this kind of mistakes, right? We get the confidence by overcoming all these kind of challenges and overcoming, learning from our mistakes and growing from all these learnings. So I hope you will start to learn from all these lessons. Are you ready? So now is the number 1. Get on live without good strategic planning and also good content preparation. That's a huge number 1 mistakes, not just me, many other Facebook livers or like speakers of entrepreneurs are making as well. When they get this kind of inspiration and good news, like a Facebook Live is very good, it can generate impact. Some of them jump on it, and I did some planning, but I was not fully ready yet. But I was very glad I started. Even though you will still make some mistakes like this, don't hesitate. Start it, and then learn from this process and increase your experience and also have more strategic planning on it. But here I want to introduce something like help you to how you can start to better strategically plan your Facebook content, Facebook Live. First, you need to understand your purpose, why you're doing Facebook Live, right? Who you want to help, who will be your ideal audience. For me is why I'm doing this, because I'm an abundant entrepreneurs coach and also leadership mentor. I help regional entrepreneurs and change makers, help them to step up and stand out as experts and leaders in the field with their unique gifts. So this Facebook Live, I discovered is a great way, especially I'm a visual person. I love videos, and I want to also use videos to inspire and also impact my audience. So to help also provide great values to give them the great strategies, great tips I learned. So I also share my expertise to help my audience grow and also develop their business. So I found Facebook Live is a great way for me to have my impact, provide my values, and help my audience. And also have the strategic planning is like, for example, it's not just to do any random Facebook Live. You need to have a strategic planning on the consistent themes. You could have like a both combination. Some people like the spontaneous styles, right? But the more important is like you will have a strategic theme planned, and around that theme will be like your main thread. And around that, you can do some spontaneous ones. Either I shared that before, right? Either on the live event, you can share some spontaneous live videos. And also, if you have any like inspiration, great time, great moments in your life during a daily experience, you can feel free to shoot some spontaneous Facebook Live videos. But more importantly, it's like to plan a consistent theme shows that will repeat every week. For example, I have the every Thursday same show, inspiration and implementation time, live with Spring, and around that, it's a great consistent way to help you build up connection. And the next thing I learned is at the beginning, I started with two broad topics, because like inspiration and implementation could be so many things, right? So at the first few episodes, I was a little bit like generic. I was reviewing what's different like inspirations, highlights I experienced through that week. That's a great starting. But then for the later development, I found that every theme, if you have a great strategic title, very important, title and strategic content, very focused content will be much better to give people better value and also get people's attention, and they will know what this specific topic is about. So make great preparation as well is, for example, spontaneous video is easy, right? It's much easier because you already get the aha or some inspirations. You will just follow the flow and talk. But for this like weekly theme shows, for strategic content planning, it's better for you to prepare some content, some outline. Here you can see I put just short like 13 points here to remind me so I will not forget during my talk. So even though I do not necessarily refer to it, but it's great to make it handy so you will not get panic in case you forget anything, right? So it's a great preparation, will also bring the confidence for you, help you to know for sure that you know what to share. So that's number one. By the way, as I share each lesson I learned feel free to comment under my video, give me feedback if you like what I'm sharing, and if you resonate with that lesson, and or if you also make that kind of mistake, or if you think like that's just really great point for you. Okay, so I will know where to focus on my energy to help you to get more. Okay, the number 2, lesson 2 is forget to check your image before go live. You know, I know many ladies are very, paying attention to their images, right? Now, at the beginning, I remember I was trying to do some makeup, a quick makeup, or, and now recently I just want to be natural me. It's still like a trial process. I'm still trying to see like which way is the best to me and also to my audience. And I personally don't like makeup. And make sure you need to check up your, sometimes I was too like in a rush, I forgot to check my, for example, my face, my hair, if it's quite fussy. And then when I turn on the live video, I had to, okay, I need to trim my hair, something like that. Sometimes it delay quite a few minutes for my live video. So it's very important for you to first have a good sleep. That's very important. Have a good sleep, have great energy, and before you start your live video, prepare yourself from inside to outside. Get a great image. So the image is not just your makeup, not just your beautiful face or whatever. It's more about the inside, that kind of energy and presence. Bring that to your audience. So I apologize at the beginning today. I was a little bit distracted by my background. I will talk about that later. And so I was not fully present. That's very important. And sometimes we get this kind of distractions when you have people visiting you or some other things occurring. So you may get distracted right before your video or even during your video. So very important, get a time. It's like for majority time, make sure that you have at least 5 minutes right before the live video. Quickly review the content you want to present and have a short meditation. So 5 to 10 minutes meditation to get yourself grounded, bring yourself to the camera and face the camera even before you start your live. And you can concentrate now what I will be bringing to my audience, what kind of values, inspirations I want to bring to them and to help them. So make that kind of connect that energy and also courage and confidence to you. That will make your presence totally different at a different level. Do you feel that? I'm now fully present and collecting with you. I hope you can see that and feel that, even though you are watching this replay. Okay? If you can feel that, share in the comments. If you can feel that kind of fully connection, deep connection, and the concentration of my energy on you and on the values I want to provide to you. Okay, that's the number 2. And then the number 3, lesson 3, is got muted without backup. Ooh, you do not want that, right? We were so excited to do the live talk, the presentation, and live speaking, and then you found out you were muted. And the disaster is afterward, you finished everything, you thought you gave a wonderful speaking, and after you double check it, make sure, yeah, that's a great thing. Always double check after you finish your live videos to see if the content is all like it's all great, and also the voice is also presented what you wanted to present. So I actually recently got on the breakfast event. Everybody had a few minutes highlight time. I did that public speaking. I thought I was very confident. I did a great talk, and the host shared it online on her profile, and then I double checked. I get a chance to double check it to say why if it's getting good response and how the values is delivering to people. Always make sure double check. And I just found after 1.5 minutes my speaking was muted by accident. Oh gosh. And then here is the trick, how to turn a disaster or a lesson into something great. Then I commented and I shared told people what happened, and also turn that into a good lesson, both in my sharing, in my comments, and also here in today's live show. I'm sharing with you a good lesson, right? So always remember, even though it could be a disaster, you could turn that over to be a good thing and to be something valuable to both yourself and also your audience. So, but what's the solution for that? To avoid that kind of situation, always make sure that, for example, don't mix, people use cell phone, right? Use their cell phone to shoot live on the live event. Make sure that they will not mix their timer, because they also want, the host want to set up, make sure everybody have their own, like for example 2 minutes or 5 minutes timing, and make sure that you will not use the timer and the live video together on the same cell phone, because sometimes when the timer gets up and you may try to mute something or operate other functions that could impact your live video and make your video muted. That's one possibility, right? And another way is always find your backup. So if you have your host is doing that live video, that's wonderful, and you can use your cell phone to find a good labor sitting next to you, a pal or fellow, someone have a good, you feel like it's a good connection, ask them to give you that favor to shoot a video during your talk, especially if your talk is not very long, right? It's a good favor to give to you so they can shoot that video for you. And another lesson is especially it's like during your live public speaking and live event, when you are featured on other people's live event, it's very precious opportunities, right? For you, you traveled there, you are giving this great highlight moment. You never want this kind of be muted disaster occur. So always make sure you have a backup plan. So in addition to the host side have the live video shooting, also have somebody to record the video for you. So at least you have a backup recording there, so you can use in case this kind of situation occur. Okay, so that's lesson 3. Now lesson 4, a shaking video quality. Like especially if you are holding on a hand, and sometimes it's unavoidably not stable, right? So sometimes, especially like at the beginning of my live videos, when I was outside, when I had to use my hand to hold the cell phone to shoot the video, live video, I just found the quality afterward, you check it, right? Always double check. I found it's quite like a shaky. So there are 2 ways, quite some ways actually, to solve it. One way, for example, for this live video, and now every day, because I'm sitting in my home office, I will have put my web camera on the top of my laptop, or you can put some stand, set up some table stand to make your camera very stable. Someone you can use your laptop's embedded camera, so that quality will be even better. And some of you, I know there are quite some products, right? There are stands, camera stands, and some great new products are coming out. You can adjustable, put on the table, put on the ground. Actually, I'm planning to buy one of that. It's just $1,000. I recently saw the marketing. I will find out. I will share that later. It's put very, how to say, flexible. You can turn 360 degrees, adjust the different angles, and put on table, adjust the height, and put on the ground. So that will be wonderful, both at home, in office, and also outdoor support assistant for you as a stand to make the video quality stable, not shaky. Now, okay, that's lesson 4. Now the lesson 5 is live sideway. I remember at the beginning, maybe Facebook has already solved this issue, because at the beginning of my live video, when I had the interview with another person, we try to put, because we want to put both heads inside of the live video, right? So we use the like sideway. But then after we finished the live talk, when we double check that, we found our face is like sideways as well. So it's not like a vertical. And but recently I tried to use Facebook Live. If you use before, here's the trick. Don't adjust to be the sideways after you start a live video and during the live video, and not because I don't know what's going on, but that function could not adjust for your live video. So if you really want to sideways, want to put like a more horizontal screens, or put other people's heads inside of your live photo or live videos, before you start, here's the trick. Before you start the live video, you put the sideways already. So you start with this and make sure that you see the screen, everything functioning well with this sideways. And then you choose to start your live video. Get on the Facebook and find the right profile or page and start the live video. Then that video, after video, I double check it's sideways. Okay, so make sure you always double check. You could do some tests like this, but never do that. Adjust from, like, you started from a vertical and then you adjust. After you already started live video and you adjust to the sideways during the middle, and then you could not adjust automatically. That will make your video very funny, right? Your face will not be facing your audience. Okay, that's a lesson 5. Now, by the way, yeah, always remember to comment whichever tips and lessons you think it's great, you got from it, and you think it's helpful. Let me know, okay? And now the lesson 6, Facebook Live Echo when use Zoom webinar for interview or webinar. So I don't know how many of you tried Zoom webinar function. That one you have to pay extra. I think it's 49, around that, $49 a month, and so that you can do both interview or webinar, and at the same time to live stream to Facebook. So that's a function, added-on function of Zoom. I tried at the beginning quite many times when I was interviewing other experts, and it's always embarrassing for me at the beginning for quite a few interviews to, once you start both, because you have both Zoom and then Facebook Live, so they will have a double different screens, and then you will have 2 live streaming, one is on a Zoom, another one is on a Facebook, and then you will hear that echo. And initially I was trying to, where can I find this thing to turn that off? Sometimes it works, sometimes it did not work. So it made me a little bit nervous and embarrassing, and made it could make your interviewees, right, your partner, not very patient, feel like you are not fully professional. So to save you that embarrassment, and here is a quick tip. Once that Zoom webinar turn on the live stream, you go to the right top. You have those icons, right? Either you shut down your screen, or you have a minimize your screen, something like that. So once you get there, minimize your current screen. So make your Facebook live stream smaller, and then you will see the background screen, another one with the live stream, and you can turn that off. If you could not quickly turn that the volume, that kind of speakerphone mute, you cannot mute it, then just simply close that video, close that window, so that will shut down the echo. So I just learned from my experience. I hope you will not make that kind of a challenge. So now lesson number 6, let's get our lesson 7. You are in darkness, especially your eyes. The number 7 lesson, it's actually, I never did that. And I just found my audience, sometimes my interviewee, my partner, when we're doing interview, they are either they did not prepare well, right? They were on their desk. If they are not like me, I have a big window in front of me, both sides, 3 sides circle me. So I could easily adjust my curtains to adjust the light. But some of them do not. So they are, for example, you are facing a wall. Yeah, and you have a desk light. If you do not turn on the desk light, some of them have a light on the head of their, on the ceiling. Even though they turn on that, and their face is all dark, people cannot see their eyes. So that's really a taboo. So if you are doing Facebook Live, right, you want people to see you live, you want to get that personal connection, you want to have that eye contact. That's very important. That's a really key for your Facebook Live. Always let people see your eyes and make that, see your face as well, make that eye contact connection. So that's very important. So always make sure before you go on live, make sure double check your light, and to say if or turn on your desk light and also add on some lights. Make sure that your video or your camera can catch up your full face, and including some of your like upper body. And if ladies, you love to wear some different beautiful clothes, right? At least you want to show a little bit top of you and to say every time you are different. Instead for example, if you just sit like this way, every time people only see your face, that's a little bit boring if you keep seeing you every time like that, right? At least you want, if you want to lift up yourself and get at least this level of yourself. And sometimes, and it's even greater if you are doing some like fitness and other like a movement around about that kind of a topic. It's great to have shoot the live video, have more body of you, and so people can see your movements, have better connection and interaction. Okay, so always make sure the light is good, and your face and your eyes can connect with the camera, with your audience. So that's lesson 7. Now, lesson 8, your background mess or surprise. I met this before, you know, the background including what? Could be, for example, if you do not adjust your camera, make sure you adjust your camera, right? For example, if I turn my camera lower, you can see my kitchen, my oven, my pots, a little bit, another side, let me show you. Another side maybe a little bit mess of my kids stuff, something like that. So make sure that your background, choose some background with a neat background, not so messy, especially if you did not get a chance to organize your home. So you do not want to show your Facebook Live with all that, right? You do not want people get distracted. Or any like a surprise. That's a funny, like very funny jokes and memory. And for example, one time I was interviewing some other live interview, some other partners or experts, or like talk, have a, how to say, I think it's a room talk with other people, and their background, they did not tell their family members. If you still, you are like a solo entrepreneurs, you're working at your home, like a home office, if you did not share with your family members, for example, you have your spouse or your kids around, they did not pay attention, they could get into your background and doing something else, right? For example, I'm in home office, close to my background is my kitchen. I always tell my family members, told my husband, to my mom is visiting me now from China, so I told them, please do not use the kitchen during this time and that time, right? And you do not want people to work around you. It's both like a distraction to yourself, and you cannot concentrate on your speaking. You will feel embarrassed, or you will feel nervous, right? And worry about what they're doing. One time, one of my interviewees, or how to say, the talkers on the other side of the camera, her background, her partner was half nude. It's like naked, almost like half naked on the background, and passed through the background, and she had to like quickly to cover him, and you know how embarrassed and nervous she is, right? So I hope we all will not have such kind of embarrassing moments, and always please, whoever is with you will suppose they could possibly get into your background, tell them in advance that you will have the live video meeting. Don't just tell them you have a meeting. Tell them you have a live video meeting, and people on another side can see you, can see your background, can see that. So tell them that, okay? So I hope you will not get that kind of, but it's funny. It's funny, very funny. Okay. And now that's lesson 8. Now lesson 9, interruptions. So not just your background mess or, you know, surprising visitors at your background. It's also like interruptions. For example, your doorbells, cell phones, or your desk phone ringing, and we often get that, right? So it's very important. For example, if you have important interviews, that's very important. Put a note outside of your door to tell them people. If, for example, Amazon supposed to deliver some package to you during that time, give them a note that please leave the package you know, by the side of your door, something like that, and you tell them that you are in a meeting and could not be interrupted. So put that note. And also for my cell phone, you could mute it, let me double check if my cell phone is like I mute it and turn your volume to the lowest. And also your desk phone, if you do not want to be interrupted, you can pull out that wire so it's not disconnected for your meeting time at least. Okay, so that's lesson 9. Now lesson 10. So far, is this all like helpful to you? I hope you find some I know it's a little bit entertaining, right? And but at the same time, I hope it's very inspiring and also helpful to you. Now number 10 is overtime. Yeah, I need to double check if I'm already overtime. Now it's 30 minutes already. Make sure like if you plan for 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, make sure that you will have good content control not to be overtime. So now, for example, you will check your time, be cautious of the time. So how to say, be aware of your time. Now I know it's already 30 minutes. That remind me to how to say, to wrap up my presentation and do not talk too long. Okay, now number 11, the lesson is camera angle. Very important, right? Not just for not showing your background mess, but it's also for showing, for example, you want your eyes to have the similar levels connection. It's just like people can feel like they are face to face talking with you, instead of either you are too tall like this, or like too low like this, or like this way or that way. So make sure your camera angle, you feel very comfortable, and it's a great best angle for you to connect with your audience. Just when you look at the camera, feel like you are talking directly with another person. Okay, that will be a great angle. Also, angle can help you to adjust the light as well. So that's very important. Okay, and now lesson 12. Forget your favorite drink, or at least a cup of water. Very important. One time I forgot my drink and I felt so dry of my throat. So I started to cough, and I was looking for, where's my water? I was looking for my rescue. So, and then I had to leave my camera to get my water and back. So always make sure you get at least a cup of water, and the best is prepare in advance the favorite drink of you. Do you know what I'm drinking now? This is one of my favorite drinks. The organic soy milk. Beautiful taste. And during your talk, when you get a chance to sip a drink, you will feel like energetic, right? When you get that familiar taste. Some people may like coffee, some people may like for example, the tea, some like flower tea, right? Whatever you like, prepare something. Oh, I love lemon honey water. That's my first thing in my morning. So you can prepare that as well. So always remember your water, okay? And now the last one, number 13, lesson 13 is notice time. Very important. Actually, I'm still learning from this one. The notice time. When you have a live show, a live event you want to host, you want to give people notice, right, in advance. I'm still trying to figure out when is the best time. Some people start with like 1 day earlier, some maybe a few days earlier. For example, my show is on Thursday. I could give people earliest notice is the best on Monday, right? But some people also want to give like shorter on the same day notice. Quite some people are spontaneous. If they are attracted by this topic, they just, when they get time, they get on the camera. But the most I think I'm still learning here to find the best. Also depends on your audience. Okay. Also, for example, my audience, I'm still trying to learn. Actually, I will post in my group to learn about people how long in advance they want to be noticed of my live event. So it's still a learning experience. So far I'm still not like having my perfect great notice time yet. So you need to learn from your audience to know what's their preferred, how long time in advance they want to get ahead time for them to plan to put on the calendar. Okay, so total lesson 13. Actually, I learned so many things. I could not immediately put all of them on the list. I believe I've already made many more mistakes than the 13 ones and many more lessons. And ongoing, when I keep doing all these live shows, I believe I will get more mistakes and lessons, but I do not worry about that. Actually, I think that's great. If you do not start, if you do not make mistakes, you will never grow, right? You will never get a better position and a mastery if you do not make any mistakes. So I hope actually it's great for you to make mistakes. And if you've not started to Facebook, to start your Facebook, or you've not started your the consistent weekly theme shoes yet, feel free to connect with me, contact me, and have a talk with me to see if you really want master your. I'm not fully, I cannot call myself fully a master yet, but at least I'm quite experienced so far based on my experience. Even though I'm maybe just 2 steps ahead of you, I would be happy to help you to learn more about how to strategically plan your content. At least I know I'm great at the content so far, right? All the over 40 episodes all are different and all strategic, especially my recent ones. I would encourage you to watch every Thursday my live show, and I hope it will bring a great values to you. And feel free, if you want more support and help to either start your Facebook Live or make it more strategic and great, with great content and great confidence, right? Especially confidence presents your Facebook Live. Feel free to, contact me and have a talk. Okay, that's for today. Thank you so much, and wish everybody have a wonderful Thursday. And by the way, book on your calendar every Thursday around 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If it's not today's exception, it's all 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and let's have a Facebook Live talk and also strategic and great tips to share with you. Okay, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.